Hello, everyone. Welcome to this information session on the Instructional Design MasterTrack Certificate Program offered by the College of Education at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. We're really happy that you're joining us live. This session is also being recorded, and so you can view the recording later on. And for those of you who are unable to join us live, you can view the recording later on as well. So I want to begin by giving you an overview of our session today. So I'm going to do some introductions, start with some introductions. Then I'll give you a brief overview of the ID MasterTrack certificate program. And then we'll hear a little bit more in depth about the curriculum from the faculty leading the program. We'll talk a little bit about the pathway from MasterTrack to Master of Education. And then we'll finish by going over how you can enroll in the MasterTrack certificate program. Next. So I'll begin with some introduction. So my name is Sangeeta Gopalakrishnan, and I am the Director of Online Programs for the College of Education at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I joined the college about 1.5 years ago, and I'm involved with facilitating this partnership between Coursera and the College of Education. My background is also in instructional technology. I have a master's in instructional technology, in educational technology, actually, and a PhD in instructional technology. So this course, the certificate program is very much near and dear to me. I'm really interested to be talking to you about the program today. And then I also want to introduce two of my co-workers from the Office of Online Programs here very quickly. Travis.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Travis Giffen. I am the Assistant Director for Online Programs, work to help facilitate the program, help with the partnership with Sangeeta, and then from time to time also work with faculty and students. It is nice to be able to talk with you all this afternoon.
Ina.
Hello, welcome. My name is Gina Poff, and I am the Online Academic and Student Services Coordinator in the College of Education. And I'm just happy to have you here. I assist with sending out the welcome email to students that enroll in our MasterTrack certificate program. That has lots of great information in it, and you can contact me at our MasterTrack certificate email with any questions you have, and I'm happy to assist you.
Great. So shortly, you'll also get a chance to get to know the faculty leading the program, and you'll also get a chance to meet with the chair of the department. So let me quickly give you an overview of the MasterTrack certificate program before you get to hear more in-depth information from the faculty. Next slide, Travis. So to go over the content, really in this Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate program, you will learn to solve real-world learning and performance challenges. You will learn to integrate technology with today's learning environments, and you will master key concepts in instructional and training system design, learning technologies, and much more. So the certificate program is comprised of 2 courses. Each of these courses is for 4 graduate credit hours. So together you will earn 8 graduate credit hours. And these 8 graduate credit hours could be applied to an appropriate graduate program, a master's program. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So what do you need to, what is the requirement? So to enroll in the MasterTrack certificate program, you need to have a bachelor's degree. Currently, the tuition is $2,384 for both the courses included. It could take anywhere, you can take anywhere from 4 to 7 months to complete. And as I mentioned, you'll earn graduate degree credits. And you will, there will be weekly live sessions which you will attend, and the courses involve hands-on projects. So that's the program at a glance. Next slide. So where do our students come from? Typically, our students come from a variety of settings, from higher education, healthcare, IT, business, K-12, military, and so on. So this is not an exhaustive list, but this is just to give you a sense that our students really come from a variety of settings. Most of them are in full-time careers. So they are looking to earn the certificate so that they can further their careers or maybe even switch careers. So what kind of job titles do our students hold after completing this graduate, the Instructional Design MasterTrack certificate? So their job titles include instructional designer, curriculum developer, e-learning specialist, trainer, training and development specialist, training and development manager, instructional coordinator, and much more. Again, this is not an exhaustive list. We just included this list here to give you a sense of the types of careers that are open to you. Next. So now I want to invite the faculty leading the program to meet with you and give you more in-depth information about the curriculum. So let me begin by inviting the chair, Yoon Park, to greet you.
All right, welcome and good day. I don't know if it's morning, afternoon, or evening, so I'm just going to say good day to everyone. We're so happy to have you here and to really partake in potentially the Instructional Design MasterTrack program. And so, oh yeah, I should introduce myself. I am Yoon Park. I'm professor and head of education policy, organization, and leadership. And I've been at the university for about 22 years. So I have a little bit of experience from which to speak. But one of the exciting things about our department and our College of Education, we're the largest department in the college. So there are 3 other departments: curriculum and instruction, educational psychology, special education, and of course us. We typically go by EPOL because the name is a little bit long, but that's okay. It really speaks to the great swath of faculty talent that we have, the multi and interdisciplinary ways in which we approach educational research, which would include instructional design. So just giving you an idea of the wonderful company that you would be with as part of our IDMTC program. So we're wonderfully delighted to have you here. But there's some important things that I want to discuss that may not get highlighted, mainly because we have incredible staff here. They are top-notch staff and they provide such incredible hands-on service. So you'll get that. You also are going to be taught by great top-notch scholars in the field. So you have representatives such as Drs. Grace O and David Huang. So you're being taught by core faculty who know the field and the area. So whether you're here to upskill or reskill, it's very important to get an understanding of how dynamic this program is. And I hope that we can continue to pique your interest so you can enroll. Thank you.
Grace, would you go ahead?
Sure. Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's very nice to meet you all today. My name is Grace O. I'm a faculty member of Human Resource Development Concentration at the Department of Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership here at U of I. I'm also one of the 2 lead faculty in developing this MTC program. My expertise is in the intersection of learning, design, and technology in the human resource development adult learning context. In particular, in my research, I explore different innovations to support various learning processes and outcomes, as well as teaching in online and technology enhanced learning environments. As you can see on the slide here at U of I teach courses regarding instructional and training system design, e-learning related courses, learning technologies, adult and professional education, and program evaluation, and so forth. Next slide, please. I have been teaching this EPOL 472 instructional and training system design course for a number of years now. And one of the reasons that I like to teach this course is that I really get to meet and work with students who are from all over the world and who have a diverse professional background and expertise. And they certainly bring their insights and perspectives that enrich the class discussions and learning. And I personally think that that's really the beauty of online teaching and learning. I personally have a great passion about instructional design because I do believe that competent instructional designers who are able to do a great design thinking can really help different people to have a very meaningful learning opportunities and also experiences which are relevant to the career and professional development of those individuals, and also, the organizational performance improvement. In particular, the pandemic started. Since the pandemic started, instructional designers in various organizations, in particular in higher education institutions, have been really working almost as the first responders in really establishing and accommodating necessary changes in learning. So given the situation, I've seen really increased interest in instructional design, which is pretty exciting personally. So in EPOL 472, you will learn essential theories, concepts, principles of instructional design. And as you can see on the slide, the goal and the projects of this course is displayed. First, as you can see on the right side of the slide, the figure particularly illustrates the content structure of this course. So students will first learn about the conceptual and theoretical foundations of instructional design. And then in the middle is EDI, stands for EDI, Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation, which is a generic instructional design process. That will be the focal point. So using that process, we'll learn many important essential activities that instructional designers would do. So at the end, students will be able to design an optimal instructional solution to the learning and performance challenges that they identify for their target learners. Next slide, please. So that there are 3 major assignments that can help you to achieve the goal that you saw on the earlier slide. The biggest project is to conduct instructional design project. So you'll do this as a group. I'll explain a little more about this particular assignment in the next slide. Second, there are instructional design case scenarios, which can help you to learn how to think like an instructional designer. The third one, throughout the 2 courses, which is EPOL 472 and EPOL 483, you'll be also developing an e-portfolio to showcase your instructional design knowledge and skills through different artifacts that you'll be developing in those 2 courses. Okay, next slide, please. I'll talk a little more about the major project, which is instructional design project. As I said earlier, students will work with their group members to complete an instructional design project. And using an instructional design model, they will be developing an instructional or training intervention in order to meet their target audience's learning and performance needs. And the ID project includes a number of different activities from various instructional design phases, from various front-end analysis activities to all the way to the formative evaluation. And including myself, the instructional team definitely provides various scaffolding throughout the instructional design process. Next slide, please. The second assignment that I want to talk a little more is that there are 4 instructional design case study scenarios that we'll be discussing in the class. Each of them is related to one of the instructional design phase, such as analysis, design, implementation, and evaluations. And we have in-depth class discussion on this case scenarios during the weekly live sessions, and students reflect on those discussions and also the case scenario. They individually submit their case study action plan report. So that's kind of short description of a big picture of EPOL 472. If you have more questions about the course, please let me know. Thank you.
All right, I'll start. Can you hear me okay? All right, my name is David Huang. I am the Professor of Human Resource Development, and I also teach EPOL 483, Learning Technologies for the MTC program. My academic training covers engineering, learning design, and technology, similar to what you heard from Professor O, and business administration. So the coverage of my experience, expertise, I think will be suitable for the audience and the scope of the coursework in EPOL 483, Learning Technologies, as well as for the purpose of the MTC program. Next slide, please. Perhaps I can help the audience to situate the program MTC, Instructional System Design, a little bit. This course sequence is focused on improving the outcome of learning processes, and also to enrich learners' experiences in various organizational contexts. In other words, job title-wise, job description-wise, career path-wise, this MTC certificate, based on my experience since 2018, starting teaching in this sequence, the training from this sequence, MTC in Instruction Design, will help you as a professionals to do at least 2 things. First, if currently you are not in the career path of learning and development professionals, such as training, such as instructional system design, such as e-learning, and that's the first. So with the training from this sequence, you'll be able to start looking into those professional opportunities. We have had students who are thinking about switching their career path from non-learning development area to the field of helping individuals as well as organizations learn. So that's the first thing you would do, or you could do, with the certificate on your belt. Second would be for those of you who are already in the business of learning and development. And with this, the training from this sequence, you should be able to expand your professional practice in various areas. As Professor O mentioned earlier, due to the ongoing pandemic in the field of learning and development around the world, professionals are trying to shift their delivery of the learning development experiences, their training programs, from face-to-face settings to online settings. And we have worked with students with that particular type of need in this particular MTC course sequence. So hopefully this is helping you situate the potential value added function of the MTC that we are introducing to you today in terms of expanding your career options and so forth. Going back to the course, this course is focused on learning technologies. The underlying themes will consider coursework from Professor O's EPOL 472, Instructional System Design. I personally would consider the outcome of the Instructional System Design course to help you develop knowledge, skills, and abilities to create a blueprint for the intended learning and performance improvement solution. And then you bring that training, the blueprint to my course or this course, EPOL Learning Technologies. And in this course, you will learn how to identify appropriate tools. I want to emphasize that particular term. E-learning tools, learning technologies applications, they are tools. They are not necessarily solutions, but they could be part of your technology-enabled and enriched learning solutions. So we are going to look into different tools in learning technologies based on theoretical frameworks, based on best practices, so you can develop your learning and design blueprint into feasible, tangible, comprehensive learning solutions by utilizing a variety of learning technology tools. That's how I would see the relationship between this course and Professor O's course in Instructional System Design. However, we have students who will take this course first and then take Professor O's course or EPOL 472 next, which is also possible. Next slide, please. So there are three major areas of coverage in EPOL 483. You can see from the slides. The first one is about the general overview of learning design technology. The second is to look back into the history of the learning design and technology and to understand how we are at where we are today. And we'll move into the theoretical perspective in terms of designing tools and frameworks. And finally, in order to help you as a potential student of the sequence to have a comprehensive understanding of the role of learning technologies as tools for solving realistic learning and development problems, we'll talk about the evaluation, we'll talk about the implementation of the technology enrich and enable learning environments in broadly defined organizational context. I very much believe that you might have a very well-designed learning solutions supported by various learning technology tools. But if you don't know how to introduce to your stakeholders, organizations, then you still cannot generate the intended impact. Next slide, please. Major assignments. First one is the Exploring Learning Technology presentations. You get to dive into specific learning technology tools and share your perspectives with the peers in the class. Second assignment would be the design case studies. You can consider this as an extension of your instructional system design documents, and the emphasis for this course would be identifying technological applications and tools in order to improve the intended learning outcomes supported by e-learning / online / technological applications. Finally, we will ask you again to incorporate your learning deliverables as part of your professional e-portfolio. So if you wish, you can share your accomplishments, more importantly, your design perspectives with your audience through the e-portfolio system. Next slide, please. Very quickly, 3 scenarios for the design case study. First one is about enabling learners to understand intended information. Second scenario is about enabling learners to acquire first-hand learning experience through primary participation of certain activities in the e-learning environment. The third scenario is about the transfer of learning, transfer of performance from the learning context to a performance context to make sense in terms of how you can create values by applying the acquired knowledge and skills and abilities to various, again, learning and development context. Next slide, please. E-portfolio development, we are using a system free to students who are enrolled into the MTC sequence. In the field of instructional system design, learning technology, is very common for people to show their e-portfolio to their potential clients and employers during the interview process. Our students have found this particular artifact useful, helping them again explore potential career opportunities in the field of learning and development, learning technologies, and e-learning. Next slide, please. That's all I have. Thank you.
Now that you've had a chance to hear from both of the professors in the program and a little bit about the 2 classes, just want to expand a little bit more on the format of the classes that Sangeetha touched on earlier in the presentation. The classes are online and they revolve around weekly video sync sessions. We're really excited about the weekly sync sessions to help with retention and give learners opportunities to interact with faculty and peers in real time. There are also teaching assistants who are also available during these weekly sync sessions to provide support as well. Group work can be done in the same format, and faculty have office hours available for students. The weekly sessions currently meet from 6 to 8 p.m., but this may change from semester to semester. This information will be on our website for each semester, and if changes occur during the semester, your professor or a teaching assistant will reach out to you and notify you of the change. The first 2 sessions are required for the courses that cover necessary course information, but participation for all courses is highly encouraged for direct interaction, feedback, and to get the most out of the courses. The sessions are designed for enriched learning experiences. And as Sangeetha mentioned earlier, and David touched on as well, there is a pathway from the MasterTrack to Masters of Education. Your MasterTrack courses can lead to a Master of Education. These programs listed here will accept the courses you take as credit, and the pathway is available for you. If you would like to earn a Master's in Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership with a concentration in one of these 5 areas, that is available. And there, in addition, there are areas of study within each of these areas. All of this information is on our website at education.illinois.edu/online. If you are interested in earning a master's, we encourage you to apply after you finish your 2nd course and earn your MasterTrack certificate. This allows you to complete the MasterTrack courses, earn the certificate, and take the courses at a discount. Now, another important aspect is enrolling in the program. Enrolling in the program is very easy. You can start the enrollment process online at Coursera at the address listed here. And you can hit the Enroll Now button, which will actually take you to education.illinois.edu/online page, where you can hit the orange Apply Now button on the right side of the page. Once you've hit the Apply Now button, you will need to select certificate and endorsement option, which you see here in this graphic that is listed under undergraduate button. You will then need to complete the academic credit registration form, but we recommend that you review all policies before registering, as once you complete the registration, you are committed to the tuition rate through the program. When you complete that, you will become part of the university, and if you choose to withdraw, you must go through a formal withdrawal process. Upon registration, you do not have to pay tuition immediately, but you will need to pay your bill once it's available through the Bussar's office, and this follows the university's regular billing cycle. If you register for both classes at once, you will be billed for both classes during that semester, but if you only register for one class, then you will only be billed for that class that you register for during that semester. With that said, I also want to remind you that the spring 2022 registration is open, and registration for term A closes on January 3rd, 2022, and spring term B closes on February 28th, 2022. If you have questions, please post them in the Q&A box, or as Gina mentioned, you can email gradservices@education.illinois.edu. And I will turn things back over to Sangeetha to see if there are any other questions that come in during the chat at this time.
Yeah, so thank you very much to David and Grace and you, Travis and Gina. So we're going to open up the Q&A, which is actually already open. So if you have any questions, please feel to type them in the Q&A box, and we're going to take a few minutes to answer your questions. So feel free to stick around and post your questions. If you're done and you just want to review the recording later on, you can feel free to exit now. And